Today, in the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus uses two very important and familiar images to teach his disciples and to teach us about being useful to our communities, being useful to our families, being useful to our church, to our small Christian communities. And so the question that the readings raise today is, how useful are you to your community? How useful are you to your family? How useful are you at your workplace? Because Jesus says, you are the salt of the earth, but if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltness be restored? And again, Jesus says, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Salt is good. All of us, I believe here, like salt, because salt gives food the taste that we want, all of us. And you know, some people cannot eat food without salt. When there is no salt in food, they will add more salt. So salt is very good. Yesterday, Jesus taught us that for us to be happy, we need to be poor in spirit. We need to be meek. We need to be merciful. We need to be peacemakers. We need to mourn with those who mourn. So if you are this kind of person that Jesus was talking about yesterday, then you are the salt of the earth. You are useful to other people. Then you will give taste and strength to other people. And we usually find out that people love you when you are this kind of person who is merciful, who is mourning with others, who is peaceful. You are the salt of the earth. We can find in our families, also in our workplaces, in our jumuias, and in our communities, that there are some people who are loved very much. These people are spoken of very well by others because these people are useful to these communities. We always find those people that people cling to them all the time. They love them. These people care for others at our workplaces, in our families. They always provide for our communities. These people are useful. On the other hand, we also find that in our families or in our jumuias, in our communities, or in our workplaces, there are people who are hated by others. These people are not useful to these communities, to these places. You find out that these people abuse others. All the time they are backbiting other people. They are not useful to those communities because these people don't care about their families. They don't care about their fellow workers. They don't even care about their employees. They are tasteless. When these people receive their salaries, for example, at the end of the month, they spend all of it in gaming, in betting, in acquiring more women, in drinking. These people are not useful to these communities. At home, you find that their wives and their children lack the basic necessities of life. These people are like salt that has lost its taste. Salt that is tasteless. And what does Jesus say about this kind of salt. Jesus says, "It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trodden underfoot by men." Jesus is saying this kind of salt, we have to throw it out on the road, and so that people can step on this salt, because it is useless. Jesus calls us today, my dear friends, to be useful to others. Let us care for other people. Let us care for the people who are sick. Let us care for the widows, for people who are jobless, so that we can be good salt. Let us be the salt of the earth. Let us be the light of the world. Let us be useful to our communities. And in that way, we prepare ourselves to get to heaven and also to meet our God one day.